afternoon. My name is Nabia Boachidankwa, and if you've just tuned in, you're listening to Z 101.9 FM. Z 101.9 FM is proudly hosting Z Decor Live, your number one decor interior furnishing lifestyle program across the region. Last week, we had a very interesting discussion with Kitea Ghana Limited. They came and gave us an introduction of what it is when we talk about Black Friday promotions and all the nice bits of sofas, accessories, carpeting, lights, and everything that we can get from a retailer and a wholesaler in Accra, Ghana. Today we have a very interesting topic. So it's Christmas, right? And we're going to be furnishing our spaces or, rejuvenating our spaces. And we're going to do a lot of entertainment in spaces as well. But the very land or the very thing that the buildings are on, of pubs, of clubs, of homes, of restaurants, of what have you, it's land, right? Yes, it's land. And we all know land is one of the most contentious things we have across the country. So today, before I want to bust your bubble a bit, before we do the celebration proper of what to furnish our spaces with, I've brought in lawyers. Two, what do I call them? I don't know their names yet. They'll introduce themselves. But I've brought two strong lawyers to come and help us dissect the issues, because I've had a lot of people give us those questions about, I've acquired land, and before I realized, someone came and said the land is not mine. I've put up the building, now I don't have it. Now I'm spending 10, 15 years in court, like all of that. We're going to go into the basics. So we'll do a spot of music, and when we come, we'll go straight into the discussion. Today we won't do DIY because this topic is kind of exhaustive, so we won't do any DIY. We'll just go straight into discussion. So a spot of music, and then we have our two gentlemen from Robert Smith Law Group. Okay, so we are back and it's time for the discussion proper. As I said, I have two gentlemen here from Robert Smith Law Group and they are going to help us dissect the discussion. I have said that most of us are in that state or stage of buying land and leasing land. The millennials, yes, the Gen Zs, they are influencing and showing us what inside of a space will look like. That's fine. But we are the ones buying and building. We are the ones leasing. So we have to know what it is that we have to do so that we do not end up in court. Court is not a nice place to be unless you are doing legitimate stuff. You see, they're already laughing. They know. So good afternoon, guest of mine.
Good afternoon, Nadia.
Good afternoon.
How are you? Both of you. Let's start with Nana Kujo. How are you?
I'm doing very fine.
Hey,
So,
Nana Kujo came to me in his law outfit. That means he rushed to me from court.
oh
Hey.
no, it's a uniform for us. So
They should have brought the, how do you call, is it called a wig or there's another name for it?
it's the wig.
You should have brought it.
Yes, even in our sleep we wear it.
I'd have run and left. If he had appeared here, that I'd run and
Never know
left.
when you have to go to court.
Is it not stuffy?
No, not at all. After some time, it gets really comfortable.
Really?
It feels like wearing any shirt and jeans after some point.
You are kidding.
At least that's how I see things.
Okay. What about, How are you? Let's start from there.
I'm very well, Nadia. How are you
Okay.
too?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. But let's start like this. Do you relax? Like, how is your day like as a lawyer? When does it start?
It starts when you wake up.
So if you wake up
Once you wake up, depending on the time you wake up and
Okay.
what it is that you have to do. So if you wake up at 3 and still have things to do, you just have to go sit behind your PC and start work. But generally, yeah, by 7:30, you should be at the office prepping for court, mostly
Okay.
between 8:30 and 9.
Okay.
You do not know how long you stay in court. So then when you come back from court, hopefully you take lunch, some meetings, you prepare processes that you need to file. Yeah, so probably 8, 9, then you go home.
Okay. I like that part. You go home. So when you go, what do you do in terms of relaxation?
I don't
Like-
relax in my house.
You don't relax in your house.
No, please.
Why?
What's there to relax? You just go home and probably go and sleep. But then if you want a place to relax, you probably pass by the bar.
Which bar?
When lawyers are called, we are being called to the bar. That bar. That bar, not the one you're thinking about.
Okay, so I'm asking this because, and I'll come to you too. I'm asking this because this is a furnishing show, right? Interior decor show. So I was expecting you'd probably say, "Oh, I relax in a chair. I relax in bed," and I'll ask you, what exactly about the bed makes you relax? Because we also need to talk about things that help our professionals relax. So that's why I was asking that. So when you say bar, it's very vague.
But it's the bar.
It's the bar.
It's the bar.
He doesn't want to say what exactly.
Oh, it's the bar.
But Nana Kujo, what about you? How do you relax? Or what do you relax in? Let me be specific with you.
Since you mentioned home, whenever I'm home and I'm thinking of relaxing, it's definitely in bed
Okay.
or sitting in a study.
Okay.
Yeah, so just lying down, music playing in the back, AC on 16.
You people,
Yeah, so
you
that's-
people.
It's much easier for sleep to come. That's
Okay.
when you are totally relaxing
Okay.
or you are winding down from work in the study. That's why I choose to relax.
Relax. Okay. So if I'm hearing you, the chair has to be sturdy and comfortable. It doesn't have to be a shaky, dysfunctional chair. Lights. You need good lights.
For
Because
sure.
it helps with the ambience.
For sure.
And then I'm sure you prefer blackout curtains.
Yeah.
You don't want lights coming through.
During the weekends, it's great when the light is coming in because, of course, that's daytime.
Okay.
But usually when we get back from work, it's already night, so there's no point in seeing outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I asked this question intentionally because, as I said, even furnishing for professionals is very intentional. The way we furnish for doctors is different from the way we furnish for lawyers, the way we furnish for teachers, and even farmers. You said earlier on, everybody and what they want. Okay, but let's come to topic. We are discussing land, and land is one of the things which is very tricky because the very thing in which we build our homes, offices, and commercial spaces is that particular thing. Douglas, what are we doing wrong? Why are we always in court? What are we doing wrong? I've bought land, 50,000, 100,000. It's expensive too. 120,000, not cedis, dollar, top dollar. Then you hear that, hey, this land is not yours. Me too, the money is gone. I can't even find who it is I've given the money to. Then I have to go to court. What are we doing wrong?
I think, for starters, most Ghanaians do not appreciate the work of a lawyer.
Okay, I like that.
We tend to think, oh, he's just coming in, draft agreement and take 10% of whatever it is. I can do without it. That's true, you can do without it until you have a problem. Then you come and we probably charge you times 2.
Douglas, you're mean.
I'm not mean, I'm just being very truthful here. You see, it's not just about going to see the land and saying, I want this land.
Okay.
There are certain things you need to look out for. We would say you'd have to do a proper due diligence. And some would say, oh, the due diligence is just about going to Lands Commission, conduct a search, and you would know. That is one part of it.
Oh, really?
There are other things you need to do.
Like?
Okay, so you see a land that's, let's say, Chadu, that you want to buy, right? You go, the seller or the vendor tells you, this is my land. I want to give it to you for $150,000. And you say, okay, then you pay for it. You'd have problems. The other issue is, you'd go, he says $150,000, and you say, oh, can you give me a site plan to go and conduct a search at the Lands Commission? He would give you a site plan. You'd go and conduct a search at the Lands Commission. The Lands Commission would give you the results you need. The issue is, the site plan that he gave you, does it correspond to the land as it is on ground? You do not know that. So most people like the easy way out. But then the truth of the matter is, if you are purchasing land, I don't think you need to rely entirely on the document you are given by the person who is selling the land. So you go, he shows you the land. I would advise, and part of our work is to advise the client to appoint a surveyor, private surveyor, take him to the site, let the vendor or the seller show you the boundaries of the land that he's selling to you or she's selling to you. Your surveyor would pick the points. At that point, you are very certain that the land I'm purchasing and the site plan that is being developed for me are the same place. Then you go ahead to do your search at the Lands Commission. For someone who doesn't know the type of interest in land or who owns which parcel of land, the basic thing is, yes, to start with the Lands Commission. The Lands Commission search would let you know whether it's a state land, whether it's a stool land, whether it's a family, a clan, or even an individual's land. So that is where you start from the Lands Commission. Once you are done, the Lands Commission gives you the reports. If it is state land, then you know that you are supposed to be dealing with the Lands Commission.
Okay.
Because per the Constitution, they are supposed to be in charge of the administration of state lands.
Okay.
If it is a stool land, hopefully the Lands Commission's report would tell you which stool it is.
Hopefully. Why did you use the word hopefully?
Not all the stools have registered their lands.
Okay.
So those that have been able to register with the Lands Commission, the Lands Commission would have details on that. And based on that, they would inform you that this land belongs to, say, Gbawe. No, Gbawe is a family. Jamestown stool.
Okay.
So then if you are dealing with the Jamestown stool, you know where to go. If it's a family land, some families have also registered their interests. Say, Bawi family, or Namoko Aden family. These families have registered there. So the search report will indicate to you that this land belongs to this particular family.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an individual and the person has registered his interest, the search report will indicate that this individual owns this parcel of land. So then you know where and how to conduct your due diligence. You don't just get up and walk around.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, if it's the state land, you know you are dealing with the Lands Commission. The ordinary person, once the search is given to the person, it's like, okay, I'm done. It's for this person, or it's for these people,
Mm-hmm.
or this stew, for instance. But what they fail to do is to find out in that, with respect to that particular stew,
Mm-hmm.
who is the chief that can sign these documents. Because it isn't anybody at all that signs documents on behalf of a stew. It has to be the chief and principal elders of the family.
Okay.
So that is when we would come in and advise that let's conduct a search, say, at the Regional House of Chiefs.
So all that is, you see, I'm quiet enough listening to. It's a whole.
Yes.
It's a whole
Because
process.
It's a whole process.
Imagine going to buy
Wow.
a parcel of land for $100,000 or $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
And because you are scared of spending about 10,000 cedis in conducting this like thorough due diligence, you are going to end up after 10 years or even 5 years or even after a year in court.
Yeah.
Going to battle it for years, you probably end up losing because the person who sold the land to you isn't the right person to sell the land to you.
Wow.
And I think that's why coming to a lawyer for matters like this is very important, because it's like buying land is acquiring an asset in a sense.
Yes, it is.
You won't just go to the Ghana Stock Exchange to buy any stock, because
Yes.
you need to do some form of due diligence, investigation. How does the stock work? And that's exactly how we should be treating land. Because again, you wouldn't want a situation where you have planned that in the next 3 years, I'm going to put up this building so I can rent it out, whatever it may be. You have gotten a quantity surveyor to know how many bags of cement you'd want. The minute you decide to start building on it, then someone comes and say, oh, it's not your land.
Yes.
Then all that investment you have put down for the next 3 years, hoping to put up this building, what becomes of it? Hopefully by the time you are done in court, the value of the things that the quantity surveyor may have given to you will now have gone down in value, meaning you have to now look for more money. You understand the kind of headache you give yourself when you don't do the needful. So that's why this process is very important.
If you just tuned in, you're listening to Nana Kojo and Douglas, and I have just been quiet for a minute. I haven't been my usual talkative self because I wanted them to really break it down like step by step. And I'm very happy he mentioned that, as usual, as all the guests who have come in from episode 1 to episode 15 as we have here, have said one thing: Ghanaians don't like to pay for services. The architects have said the same thing. All the architects who have come here, they've said the same thing. The interior decorators, they said the same thing. Plumbers, electricians, they've all said the same thing, that we do not like to pay for stuff. We like to short change, and we think we are smart till there's a problem. You build a house, then there's a wall. You don't know what to do. They now call the architect to come in. Like, what is he supposed to do or she supposed to do? Anyway, but I've realized that, not that I've realized, something is happening. Now we have people who call themselves agents. They've established, offices across the country. They even have billboards littered across the country. They'll tell you, come and buy land at Dowenya, 20,000, 30,000. They'll tell you they are doing legit business. You go and buy the land. But I know I've heard of instances where people go and buy the land, then later somebody has taken that whole entire agency to court. Meanwhile, you have paid them, or you've been paying in bits and installments for all of that. Like, how does that also come to play? What has that I know that has come to your desk as well as lawyers. How do people navigate that as well? Advice, more or less. Advice.
The issue of agents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think in 2020,
Okay.
2020, the Real Estate Act was passed.
Okay.
I think it's been a while since I read it, but then
Mm-hmm.
You just don't get up and call yourself an agent. You require certain, you require a license basically. You need to meet certain conditions, and once you are able to meet that condition, you are issued with a license.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a regulated space. So persons who are walking around calling themselves agents and benefiting from the craft technically are not agents, and I wouldn't advise anybody to deal with such people. Once you meet somebody, either a company, an institution, or an individual who claims to be an agent, the first thing you should ask the person is, do you have a license to practice as an agent?
I don't think we even ask
We
that.
don't.
We don't.
Yeah. But then because of I think this law came in because of the problems we've had in the past. And you go to the rent control, and like these are things that come up every single day. Probably the agent has misrepresented, the supposed agent has misrepresented to them about the rent to be paid per month, the nature of the apartment, saying you are going to get a 1-bedroom, you go there and it's not even a 1-bedroom, it's a studio apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and all these problems. They do this, and they take their 10% and they walk away. But technically speaking, these guys are not agents, and I wouldn't advise anybody to deal with them. If you want to deal with proper agencies that would safeguard your interest, you should be looking out for those that are licensed and working within the space properly.
Is it not the convenience of, I need to get a space ASAP? So anyway, that was what's killing us actually.
Yes, that's a very valid point. Imagine wherever it is you are living, you've got to move out to other places. So the frustration of having to get a new place to move out and those things, and the way tenancy system is in Ghana doesn't afford most people the opportunity to do thorough due diligence before they decide to go and rent out those spaces or not. But that doesn't mean you should throw your money away. You see, these agencies probably will take you a little bit higher than what it is that the average person who calls himself an agent would. But you are better off, for lack of a better way, your interest is well protected when dealing with these people, because you know where you can find them. You know when there is an issue, you'd be able to. And most of these agencies, like proper agencies, have agreements that are executed between you and them. So when there is a problem, you will refer to that agreement, and they are bound by certain clauses that are inserted in these agreements. So there again, it's all about deciding to do the right thing or cutting corners. And I think it's our desire sometimes to cut corners, or the lack of the money that pushes some of us to go there. But then it isn't a space I would advise anybody to be playing in.
Okay. Anakojo, I want to lease land. I want to lease a beachfront. I'm going to have dirty December to remember. I'm bringing about 100 guests from the diaspora. I want to lease land and set up my canopies, my tents, my whatever to bring people in. Now, leasing land, I know, is very different from buying the land, but I also know that I stand to be corrected. I have lawyers here. You can lease for some years and all of that. How, if I want to lease land, apart from me coming to the law firm and getting you people to sit with me and go through their process, what do I need to look out for if I want to lease land for I don't know if it's different for entertainment purposes or but I just put it as I want to lease land.
Yes.
What do I need to do?
So I think the most important thing is know where you want to lease the property. Balls back to what Douglas was saying earlier. Knowing who is giving you because the lease is a form of interest. Who is giving you that interest? These are things to look out for. So doing due diligence is very important. Knowing where the land is, who is selling to you, and carrying out all these searches, just like what Douglas referenced earlier, would be able to inform you whether or not to even lease the property. Then you would have to look out for certain matters, like how long are they leasing the property to you? Is it 99 years? Is it 50 years?
What is this 99 years I hear? Like, it's always 99 years. What's that one all about?
Okay. So, I think it's a convention that has stuck for a while now. That once... Okay, so before we talk about the lease, you need to know who can lease a land.
Okay, that's a good question.
There are the types of interest in lands in Ghana. We say the alludia interest, you see factory interest, leasehold, customary tenancies, common law freehold, a couple.
Hey, we need lawyers. Goodness gracious.
In Ghana, so you are talking about a beachfront. So let's use Labadi for instance. So we know the Labadi furnishing. The beach, the lands in Labadi falls under the last two. So you know where to start from if you want a land close to the beach. The last two, you'd also have to find out who is the occupant of the last two. Then once you're able to get these things per your due diligence, if it's something you would want to do for you want to use a space for probably just the December or the festive seasons, you do not necessarily have to get that in writing. Okay, I'll explain that.
Please explain.
Okay, so the Lands Act allows that leases that are below 3 years can be entered into without it being written. It's because of the fact that it's a short lease. That is one. Two, the whole process of registering it, you just register it in 3 years' time. You'd have to. Yeah. So that's it. But that doesn't mean the agreement should not be put into writing. It's about deciding not to go ahead and register it. Leases that are more than 3 years are required to be in writing. The issue of the 99 years, like I said, I think it's a matter of it's become a convention. But even now, things are changing. So back in the day, leases would be given out to you for 99 years. And let me put in, the 99 years is applicable to only Ghanaians. Foreigners are not supposed to, per the law, to get more than 50-year leases. So the 99 years will be given to you, then get to renew when it expires. By that time, most of us would have been gone. But then things are changing now. Most of the landowners have come to appreciate the fact that 99 years is too long a time. I will be gone, probably my children would be gone. So the next generation of, that will be my great or my grandchildren, they would come back to renegotiate. And I don't know if it's an understanding or it's some agreement that they've gone into. Most of these landowners are now given 75 and 50 years. So that even if in their lifetime they are unable to renew it, the direct generation coming after them would have the opportunity to renew these leases. So no, most landowners are no longer giving the 99 years. But then that is not to say if you are given 50 years and the 50 years is up, you lose everything. The law has made provisions for the fact that once the lease expires, you have the
Right of
first renewal. So then, if you are in possession and it expires, it can be sold to some other person without you first being given the offer to renew the lease.
Okay.
So it kind of safeguards that interest. So you think I'm building my dream house on it, yes, or apartment or something, yes. You would not lose it unless when the time for renewal comes, you decide not to renew.
Okay.
Once the offer is made to you, if you refuse to take that offer, it can be sold to somebody else. Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you've tuned in once again to ZED 101.9 FM, you just heard Douglas speak, and we have Nana Kojo also in studio. They are here from the Robert Smith Law Group, and they are here to help us. This is our maiden series of what we've dubbed in-house land to living room. We want to understand the processes that we have to go through when we are acquiring land, because it's one of the things where you've bought land and people come up later, it's not yours, it's yours, then there's a whole fight and a whole stress about it. So if you've been listening or you haven't been listening, you can tune in on our YouTube channel. This show also will be repeated on Sundays, this particular Sunday at 5 p.m. When the show ends, the live telecast of the show, it would be on the Facebook page of ZED 101.9 FM. So back to my guests in studio. I want to know, we are building houses. We are doing a lot of purchasing and a lot of we're doing a lot of purchasing and a lot of stuff. What do we have to if I'm building, if I'm buying raw materials, if I'm putting up do I really have to engage lawyers? Because as an interior furnisher, I've had cases where a lot of people have come to me, come and furnish the house. You get to the place, you realize that the various artisans on the project haven't done their work. You can't go in and do what you, the interior decorator, is supposed to do. And they tell you, well, I'm not done, and there's nothing you can do. Are we supposed to get lawyers in once we start bringing sand and stone and all those things to site?
Well, I believe so, because what we do not recognize is that most of the work we hire artisans and professionals to do, they are all contracts in itself.
Okay.
So I hire you, for example, to come and decorate my whole house.
Yeah.
And I tell you that I'm doing this because on the 25th of December, I'm going to have family over and all that. So I've given you a timeline. We have agreed as to price and when you are supposed to deliver. And on 25th, you are telling me, oh, you have only done half. I can't. So what happens to the event I was planning on having on the 25th? It means you have breached our contract. Though that contract,
you people breach.
Even though the contract may not have been in writing or may have been in writing, you were supposed to deliver on a particular thing and you have failed to do so. So yes, lawyers are very important, especially when you come to these things, because a home is a place where you would go and rest, have family and all of that. So just like land, you need to ensure that whatever is being done right. So that's why I would say yes, even though it seems little, it may seem little. Once you are putting in money and investment, your time, why not have a lawyer who will look at that? Sorry.
Okay. So that would come under what you people will tell your due diligence, right?
Not necessarily. Maybe due diligence in the sense that you would want to do the right checks to find out who does the job best. But due diligence would usually come in, or at least from our point of view, would usually come in where you are in the acquisition of the land,
Okay.
the whole process.
Okay.
Or maybe what you may term as due diligence is just finding the right
team or the right
team,
people.
exactly, to do the work.
All right. Douglas, we are not done with due diligence. Please, what can we add? Or what should we add? Not can, no. It's should. The thing is should, not can. What should we add?
So the okay, I think I go to the part of going to the regional house of chiefs.
Exactly.
That's if it's two land.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a family land,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think there is any registry or institution in Ghana that keeps records of heads of families. That's the tricky part with respect to family lands.
And you people know, why haven't you been yelling about that for us?
So I don't think the problem is the noise that lawyers or other people would make.
Okay.
It has to do more with the families.
Okay.
So a family head that is generally known amongst practitioners passes away. A new family head is installed.
Okay.
Most families do not do any publications about that. Most families do not write to the Lands Commission to tell the Lands Commission that after the death of this head of family, this is the new head of family.
Okay.
To guide purchases.
Okay.
You would have to go into the bush. No, let's say go on ground.
Okay.
To the communities.
Okay.
Talk to family members. If you meet family members who are not very credible, and greedy people would claim to be to be heads of families, sell lands to you, prepare documents, and sign.
They do all that?
Yes.
With the audacity?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Wow.
So you go to their communities, you speak to some family members, like I said, but you don't live it there. Within that community, there will be people who would have purchased lands. So you go to these people, landowners, basically ask them that I intend to buy a land here. Who is the proper person or the family to meet? Ghanaians, we like to talk.
Yes, that's true.
So once you start engaging them and potential neighbor, I don't think any Ghanaian would withhold information when you go and ask about these things. So they become a source of reference that we go to when we need information with respect to some families, because we cannot entirely trust everything that comes from the family members. If it's an individual who owns the land, you need to know, is this individual actually, so I come to you and tell me you are Nabia. How do I prove you are Nabia? You probably give me a photocopy of your Ghana card. Is that enough?
No, it's not.
So with individuals and during due diligence, you probably would write, once you give the Ghana card, you probably write to NIA to find out from them if they can confirm the authenticity of this Ghana card, or even passport office if it's the passport that you give. If it's a company, we write to ORC, as in Office of the Registrar of Companies, to find out this company, who are the directors, if it even exists. If the individual, if you tell me you are selling it on behalf of your mother, how do I authenticate that?
You need to find the mother.
Or a power of attorney.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that you need to do. So assume you are purchasing a land around airports. You've gone, it's airport lands are mostly state lands. So the Lands Commission is ready to give you a lease. But have you considered going to the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority?
We have to go there too.
So the planes that come in and go out, the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority determines the level
Yes.
of the building that you are going to put up there. If it is going to, in a way, inhibit the free flow of these flights, they need to stop you.
And if they can even see their control towers.
Thank you.
Exactly. That's true.
So you need to go and find out from them. What about the district assemblies? To find out whether the land you are purchasing falls within their zoning process, whether it is for the purpose for which you are acquiring it.
Oh, wow.
If it is, you are purchasing a land in a
Purely, it's not purchasing a phone.
If you are purchasing a land in a purely residential area,
my goodness,
and you intend to use that for a factory, do you think it is going to work?
No, it won't.
So, a lot of us see the due diligence process as, oh, lawyer need pay me CKD. Until you have a problem. And like I said, when you come, you charge ×2 or even more.
You're mean.
I'm not mean.
You keep going back to that point. That's mean. I'm not going to say it nicely when it's your turn, okay? Don't mind us.
So the issue is, I'm going to have sleepless nights.
Yeah, trying to figure out.
To defend your case.
In court. That's
in
true.
court. When you could have avoided all
of
these
this.
things.
Exactly. That's true.
And so if you are sleeping and I'm waking up at 3 a.m. thinking about the injunction application I'm supposed to go and move so that the other party doesn't go ahead to develop the land, like, is it not fair that I get adequately compensated for that? Don't do that.
I've done it. Injunction, and one of the things that you hear, they've placed an injunction on the land and somebody has come to break it. They do, what? Okay, that's by the. How does that injunction work? Because sometimes we hear that the injunction has gone, but they've still gone ahead to break, or they are still on the. What is the injunction supposed to do or achieve?
So in essence, the injunction is an order is placed on the land to prevent parties from possibly developing the land, working on the land, whatever it may be.
Okay.
Yes, we do have situations where some individuals may decide to go ahead and defy the orders of the court through the injunction, and you realize that those individuals will be deemed to be in contempt of courts. So because the court has given orders as to what should be done or what should not be done. So when you going ahead to develop the land, whatever, maybe stepping on the land, whatever it may be, depending on the orders of the court, you would be in contempt. So that means you would be you would have gone against the orders of the court in a sense. So for that reason, you can be imprisoned or fined.
Hey,
or
Nana
both.
Kojo, you're going to put me in prison.
Yes, because you have gone against the orders of the court.
Oh.
It's not always the case where you may be in prison, but
you just bail me.
and again, you need a lawyer for that.
That glass face. He wants to roll his eyes on me. I don't care. She just bail me. Anyway, but I get what you're saying. You have, I mean, the law is the law.
Yeah.
You can't.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. As for that statement, I really like it when it became a thing. The law is the law.
Yeah.
You cannot. They have told you stop.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's come.
Let's iron things out.
Exactly. Then you feel that you have.
Well,
Buddhas is worth 10,000 into you, dear. No. As for that one, I agree. So there's something here which I want to ask you. Aside the, are we done with the due diligence, or there's a bit more you want to add?
Basically, I've just rushed through them.
Okay.
But then you have an idea of the places or institutions and the kind of things you need to do, basically to make sure that the person you are purchasing the land from is somebody that you can, it's a credible person, basically.
That you can find when there's something.
The last thing I would add would be the fact that don't pay any money until agreements, some sort of agreements are signed.
Hey, but Douglas, they'll be rushing us. And if you don't pay
that is what I'm telling you.
Someone is coming. Somebody just called me 3 days ago. I've experienced that on behalf of other people.
Again, that is why you need us.
Okay.
There are two types of agreements that you'd have or you can get during your land acquisition process.
Okay.
One of them is what we call the sale and purchase agreement.
Okay.
And if it is a lease, assignment, sublease would come later. So you see the land, you are interested in the land. For the purposes of not making the seller go ahead and sell to some other person, we agree and sign a sale and purchase agreement. So this is an agreement that states the fact that I want to buy your land, you want to sell the land. We have agreed that the price of the land is, say, 100,000 cedis. Depending on the bargaining agreement between the parties and the financial muscle of this buyer, an agreement could be reached as to stagger the payments for a period.
Okay.
So once that agreement is signed, the seller cannot or is not supposed to sell that land to anybody else.
Okay.
Because, like Nana said earlier, it's a contract. So in that contract, we may agree that you pay 50,000 cedis as the first installment payment upon the execution of that agreement.
Okay.
Then you'd indicate that, once the deed of assignment is signed, or the lease agreement or sublease is signed, you'd pay extra 30,000. If you require consent or you need to register, once you finish acquiring the consent from either the STU or the Lands Commission or any other of the state institutions, we'll give you the final installment payment.
Okay.
So with this, you know what it is, that the thresholds you are supposed to meet and the responsibilities required of you when you meet those
the other
thresholds, basically.
Okay.
So, yes, the seller will give you pressure
they always do.
and tell you that some other person
I
is
just
interested.
called right now.
If the person was indeed interested, that person would have bought it before you came. Asking for a week.
I like you, Nana.
Asking for a week or 2 weeks to get your lawyers to put together this agreement whilst you are doing your due diligence won't change anything.
That's true.
And if that land goes, you would get another one.
That's true.
So don't rush into paying monies you are not supposed to pay. Because if the money goes, it won't come.
Yeah,
At best, they will tell you, wait and let me sell the land before I give you back that money.
and that's always what they say.
Yes.
I've heard it so many times.
And it
with
never
people.
comes.
It never comes. Then you end up in court again.
Thank you. We'll charge you again.
Did you have to add?
So, as much as possible, do not pay any money to any seller or vendor until some sort of agreement has been reached and has been signed to bind him from going ahead to sell that land without your notice.
Okay.
And if you pay part of the money, then he decides to go and sell it, and you can take him to court. The court can take the land for you if the money you've paid is enough. So you shouldn't rush into. Let me put it this. We shouldn't allow ourselves to be bullied by landowners and sellers of lands. Yeah.
And most often than not, those kind of deals are always the too good to be true ones. You know, because you hear that there's some land 70,000 somewhere in Adenta, and some you're like, are you sure? Like, are you sure? Adenta by this time, you know. Like, oh, it's good. It's my uncle. He's the one.
Where's your uncle?
Where's your uncle?
I remember very well in law school, lecturer telling us that the root of due diligence is, first of all, listening to your gut.
Yeah.
Because when you hear that they are selling land here for this amount, and you know it's too good to be true, then that's your first red flag.
It's like a whole banner, not even a flag. It's a whole banner. But I'm going to have them back in studio. That is the Robert Smith Law Group, because there's a lot that we have to discuss when it comes to land. So if you've missed the discussion, as I said, you can tune in on Sunday, at this particular Sunday at 5, or check the YouTube. And also you can get back in when the program is over, and it's on the Facebook page of ZED 101.9 FM. Before we leave, the discussion is almost done, so we have like some 3-4 minutes left. I want us to briefly talk about permits. Like, just, I know it's not enough time, but just gloss over, because sometimes you're driving, sometimes you're driving in town and you see stop work, permits, this, that. Like, what is it's an ISON, they write some date and produce and what's that?
So we realized that in Accra, for example, the AMA, there are certain plans that they may have put in place, for example, to have this place as a waterway. You understand? So it's very important to, in as much as you have acquired the properties, also important to carry out searches at these, like AMA or municipality, all of these things, to find out if they have plans, for example, to expand the road and all of that.
And to add to what Nana said, you can't just get up and build a land, right? Build a house, right?
That much I know, but we do that.
Yes, but you're not supposed to.
So what are we supposed to go and see?
So go to the assembly. You are supposed to submit. Those you said that you said some people come and say architect.
Yes, the architect.
You go to your architect. They will draw the building you want to build. I think they would give you 4 copies or so.
Yes.
Submit those 4 copies to your assembly. So if you live in Adenta, go to the Adenta Municipal Assembly. Submit those 4 copies.
Douglas said it. I didn't see it too.
They would review it. If it's
permissible.
If it's permissible, they would allow you to go ahead. They will issue you with an invoice of how much to pay. Once you pay that, they will issue the permit. And funny enough, it's actually not a very difficult process. We just don't like to do certain things. But in all sincerity, it's a very simple process. Once you submit, you are given a bill. They review it. If you pay, once they review and they give you the clearance, you make the payments. And that is all. And I think as you have that building permit, it's valid for 5 years. If you're unable to finish within the 5 years, they review it for you. It's not supposed to be. That's how come buildings are collapsing left, right, center.
The recent one.
We sit down and we believe, listeners would forgive me, but traditional masons, and they tell you, oh, this building, it can go 5 floors. But then the iron rods in the building, the cement, like, it's, until you kill someone, then you know that these things are not things to be played with.
Yes, you're placed in the docket for what? Manslaughter. Is that it? Or is murder?
Oh, that one, it can't be murder because you didn't set out to kill. So you say manslaughter. But then the punishment is not that different. It's just a little different. Just a little different.
The name that we are playing with.
Okay. And I think it all boils down to the beginning of the conversation about cutting corners and all of that. So
all right. So see, when we are having a very good conversation, then my producer comes in and everybody's telling us we have to leave. But I'm definitely going to bring them back to come and help us finish this discussion and expand on other topics. But the most important thing that Douglas and Nana have said today, the most important thing is stop cutting corners. You have to listen to your gut, and then most importantly, pay your lawyers. Look for them.
Say that again, please.
Douglas says I should say pay your lawyers. So please pay your lawyers so that they can do proper checks, proper diligence, and they can advise you so that you won't go and buy fake land documents or you go and enter any fake agreements. And as Douglas says, when you finish all that and you end up in court, or you end up looking for Nana Kujo and Douglas, as for them, 10% or more they will charge and you will pay. So have a good afternoon and tune in to all the other programs that Z 101.9 FM has for you. So I'll see you next week, Friday, with another interesting topic that has to do with furnishing. All right.